I was 13 when Alfa Romeo released this, the 4C, and my only real good memory of this car coming out was that Top Gear review where Richard Hammond famously raced Jeremy Clarkson in one against that quad thing that turned into a jet ski, and funny enough we're in front of a lake today. But although Jeremy Clarkson technically won that race, he let this car win because he loved it so much, and that's what we're going to find out today. What made him fall in love with the Alfa 4C? And I'll tell you one thing, the bloody looks, it's such a stunning car. I'm Max Ottavani and welcome to Driven Plus. Firstly, we're going to talk about the weight of this little car, and it weighs in at just 895 kilos, but that is dry weight. So I bet you're wondering, how did Alfa do that? One of the main weight-saving objects is its chassis. It's a carbon fibre monocoque tub, and the tub only weighs 65 kilos, and you can see parts of that tub on the inside of the cabin here. Look how cool that is. Alfa didn't give you powered steering, it was manual, look, non-assisted, because if they gave you powered steering, they'd have to add a pump somewhere, which would then add weight. The body panels, normally these are made out of aluminium, not on the 4C though, this is made out of something called SMC, which is a sheet moulding compound, and this is a type of fiberglass, and this saves weight by around 20% over aluminium. Look at the curves. So therefore, due to its lightness, the 4C did not need a big engine. Let me just position the boot there, no boot struts, because that adds weight, remember. You've got this mid-mounted 1.7 litre four-cylinder turbocharged engine, 237 horsepower and 475 newton meters of torque, delivering its power to the rear wheels only. Top speed of 160 miles per hour, and Alfa say it did a 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds. So let's see. So the 4C does have a launch control, and on your screen now are the stats and figures on this car. Take a look at the weight as well, it's so light. Now, to put the car in launch control, you've just got to be an automatic. Then you've got to put the car in D, and literally just hold down on the brake, engage the accelerator, let's go. All over the shop. 4.65. We're not far off. We're going to try one more. I think we can get better. Okay, run number 2. Grip better. This is going to be better. 100%. That's a massive difference. 4.17. Can we get a sub 4 second 0 to 60? I think it's going to be third time lucky. Third time lucky. Come on, little Alfa. You can do it. Good. Oh, dead on. Oh no, well, I'm gonna call it a day there, but 4 seconds flat, that's half a second quicker than what the Italians say. Back to the review. The 4C actually gave you a boot as well. Look, don't know what you'd be putting in there. Word of warning though, don't put any ice or cold drinks because it gets quite warm because it's right next to the engine. 110 litres, which is pretty much identical to the Lotus Exige. And whilst we're here, let's hear the 4C rev up. I let it die down because it's very loud. That sounds mega for a 4-cylinder unit. This car has been set up for the driving experience, and my God, you get reminders of that sat inside of the cabin. You hardly get any luxuries. The only luxuries at class is the radio, carpets, and a cup holder. A cup holder is a luxury in a car like this, by the way, but I love the seats. They're so supporting. They're not the most comfortable, but all you get realistically, which I'll be happy with, is air conditioning, and there's no sound insulation as well. But I think the closest thing that comes close to the Alfa 4C that I've sat in is the 430 Scuderia, and how I mean by that is the exposed carbon fibre tub. It just looks mega, and it just makes you feel like you are sat in something special. And if you lift up the mats, the carbon fibre follows on throughout. And love the kind of stainless steel kick plate you get down there with 4C, and this is launch conditioned, so you get that plaque there. It really is a driver focused cabin, and do you know what, many people will say not for me, but I tell you what, when you're out on the road going for it, what do you need? What do you need apart from your steering wheel and air conditioning? Because it gets quite warm in here because the engine's only there. Let's get out onto the road. I'm actually really curious to drive this thing, and it hasn't been long since I last drove the Alpine A110 GT, and if you want to watch my review on that car, click on the pop-up banner now. But very similar ingredients here, but it's an Alfa and it's one of Jeremy Clarkson's all-time favourite cars, so it's safe to say it has big expectations. Now there's quite a lot of similarities between this and the Alpine A110. First is the engine. This is a 1.7 4-cylinder unit. Alpine has the 1.8 4-cylinder units, and they both produce around the similar horsepower. Both cars give you a dual clutch automatic transmission, and they send power to the rear wheels, and the engine is mounted in the middle. But both cars give you double wishbone suspension. But in the same breath, they're both very different cars. Firstly, the 4C is lighter, it's made out of carbon fibre. Alpine is made out of the aluminium. The other thing is the steering. The Alpine gives you an electric assisted steering. This gives you no assistance at all. It's purely manual. And then on the other hand is the wheel setup. The 4C gives you a staggered setup, 17-inch alloys on the front, 18-inch alloys on the rear. So, let's see what you're capable of, 4C. Firstly, we're going to start with its engine. I mean, for a 2013 mid-engine sports car, 4-cylinder unit is pretty unique. So let's see if you made a good decision, Alfa. Oh, it's punchy, it's fast, it's not short of power one bit. As far as power goes, it's not lacking in that department. I've never driven a car with a steering like this. It's all over the shop. Do not take your eyes off the road for a minute. It's like the two front tyres are having an argument with each other in Italian. No, I want to go this side. No, I want to go that side. And you're just stuck in the middle of it and you're like, yeah, where do you want to go? I just love how Italian this car is. The tyre pressure warning lights come on the system here. All the three that are fine is okay. And the one that's flat, no good. Now you do get the DNA driving system like you did on the Giulia and Stelvio I reviewed. If you want to watch my review on the Stelvio I reviewed, click on the pop-up banner. I really like the car. It was a press car, and it's got like the carbon back seats, top spec car, really nice car by the way. So I've been driving this in natural mode so far, and if I put it in a car in D, this improves throttle response, and the throttle response is fast enough as it is. If I put my foot down now, I swear I'm going to do like a rolling burnout. But let's try it. That turbo's strong. Watch out, sheep, I don't want to kill you. In fact, you'd probably kill me, because I'm probably lighter than you. Now, N is for your natural mode, so this is your normal driver mode for your daily commute, if you're mad enough to commute in a car like this. And then A is all-weather mode, which is maximum traction control for a lot of grip. How does it compare to similar cars that I've driven in this class? Well, firstly, it's more Lotus than Alpine. It's really raw. Obviously, you get that non-power assisted steering like you do in the Lotus. The Exige I reviewed. If you want to watch my review on that car, click on the pop-up banner. I love the fact that the Alpine was more refined. You could really sit back and just kind of knock everything off and drive with one hand. And at the start, I thought, surely the 4C deserves a manual gearbox. After driving it, no, it doesn't. And I'll tell you why. You have to be on it at all times. You need two hands on the steering wheel, and the gearbox is good enough. Really good enough. It's crisp. And I've seen some pretty negative reviews on the Alfa 4C. It looks outdated on the inside. It's not luxurious enough for an Alfa Romeo sports car. It's not comfortable enough. It only has a 4-cylinder engine. It was too much for what it was when it came out. It doesn't sound as good. I agree with the sound bit. I'm not taken back by the sound. I'll say that. But look, I take cars for what they are, not what they're supposed to be. And this isn't trying to be something that it's not. Alfa built this for a proper, true enthusiast, and you can definitely feel that when you drive, because although it's all over the shop and it's a mad experience, it's a hell of an experience, and it puts a smile on your face, and that's the main reason. It's not meant to be a Porsche, it's not meant to be any Lotus, it's meant to be an Alfa Romeo. And you know what? Alfa Romeos are supposed to be imperfect and have personality and character. So do you know what? As far as I'm aware, Alfa have smashed it again. Go and buy one. I'd like to say a massive thanks to Mike for giving me his beautiful Alfa Romeo, and this is the launch edition too, and it's number 308 out of 500. So this is a rare car, and it is ish for sale. So if you fancy it, do you know what? I fancy the look of that Alfa. Get in touch with us, leave a like on our video, press the subscribe button, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Cheers.